Hello, welcome back to Kaiserreich. So, I've been reading the comments, and some of you guys were saying, this stuff is getting out of hand. Don't worry, I don't think it is. We've got men on our way, and also, they're only mountain divisions, and you can see they're only 2 to 5, so I think they are 4, 4, like, battalions or brigades, whatever they're called, and a support company. So, honestly, we're gonna kick the shit out of them, and we're going to take the ports, and basically... You know, we're gonna stomp them. No problem. This is slightly more worrying just because we don't have very, skilled troops on that front, but we're going to reassign these guys to take care of this once, once this is all done with. Oh, of course, I do have to check something. Yep. We should probably not be sending any planes over here anymore. So I'm actually going to reassign them, or just assign them fully to a... okay, those are actually assigned to armies. Are these guys assigned to armies? They are, I believe, but they're... Wait, no. They are. But I don't want them fighting over there. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna send the medium bombers here to bomb the steel belt instead. Try to find the perfect balance with the volume, just never happens. We need tactical bombers. We probably can't sort that out yet. Got too much stuff to handle at the moment. Push against the Federals is over, so this is now gonna go even worse. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, they're actually pushing hard back on us now. We should start holding a bit more conservatively on this front then. We need to get more of our troops into the, into the shit. Basically, like, we have too many troops right now that are responding to threats behind our borders and stuff. We need to get more of this stuff actually on the front lines. And we are also in a pretty dire... Like, we're in dire straits, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call on the Silver Legion. I don't know what the result is of doing that. But I do know that there is a way to get the end goal that we're looking for in terms of the AUS, even if Peli takes over. Also, retreat. Just pull out of this pocket. It's too risky. This is the annoying part about setting up the front lines here, because we're winning battles, and then, of course, they stop attacking because they want to place themselves on some sort of front line that just changed, because they're still running around up here. If he pins them, I can just run down here and take all the ports and have them all encircled, essentially. Take Mobile. Someone commented that's how you pronounce it, Mobile, because it's in Alabama, so it's got that accent to it. Mobile, Alabama. And not mobile. Greece has joined the Belgrade Pact. God damn, these guys are persistent. Can we get the Germans over there, please? Falls ill, it's just for a couple of days, so it doesn't matter that much. Let's see, we still need guns big and small above all else, so focus on that. Foundation of the Belgrade Pact, of course, Serbia, Romania, and Greece, the 3 Balkan members of the Entente, all with revanchist views of their own, have recently gathered to a common table of negotiations and have announced the beginning of the Belgrade Pact. While the pact puts a lot of focus on cultural discussion and preserving Balkan identities, it is also a military alliance between the participants, seemingly directed at the countries separating them and holding their ancestral lands. That's Bulgaria. Indeed. Let's look at the foci. We don't need special forces at all. We could use military factories and all this stuff in general. We don't need tank stuff yet. But we are going to want that eventually. This is really good though. Don't need the Air Force or the Navy quite yet, necessarily. Nah, it seems we gotta go for we gotta go for the industrial contracts first, and then we can maybe go for tank commission. Yeah, I anticipated that the CSA rebels here would do something stupid like this and just overextend, because I don't know, they want to link up with their own front lines, I think, which causes a situation where they push far too aggressively, and we can just we can capitalize on that very easily. I've got a bunch of militias here. I'm actually just going to assign them to the Minutemen garrison, I think. That front line. So they can help hold against the PSA. I do want to push against the PSA still, because I do want to take their resources over here. If anything, just so that they don't have them. We got Silver Legion Command and Silver Legion Militias. Let's assign those to the Mobile detachment here. Actually, the Silver Legion Command, I'm going to send them to the Minutemen, actually. We haven't been pushing a lot on up here, but we should, because you can see their lines are quite porous. Like if I do this, and this, that's a free, that's a freebie in terms of crossing the river. We don't even have to fight across that river, which is very great. See, who are these guys? Also Silver Legion. Let's put those guys in the mobile division, and let's put the Silver Legion militia in their AUS. Oh no, sorry, they're Silver Legion militia units. So let's put them in the mobile detachment for now. Let's put some in the Minutemen. See, how many more do we have? We got a lot of Silver Legions, or Silver Legion units. Honestly, quite scary. Oh boy, there's even more. So their icons are a bit messed up. Make sure... Never mind, we can't. Oh, there we go. Let's give them an actual icon like that. Just so that they stay... more or less... like, stable, so we can actually see the icon and know, you know, what it is. Because sometimes they were looking like mountain divisions and stuff, so that's always confusing when you see a bunch of that stuff and you don't really know, like, what you're actually fighting. Federal collapse. Okay, so the... oh my god! Okay, so... Oh! Hold on, Connecticut. Nope. 4 in Massachusetts and 1 in Maine. Okay, we're gonna recruit in Massachusetts. Hopefully we get that done before we lose that territory, because if we can just hold this, that is huge. Now we need to actually push really hard on... We need to push up here, honestly. just because the territory up there is just too valuable to let go. We can't let Reed have it, in any case. Also, what the fuck? Oh, I hate this. So it collapsed and gave a bunch of stuff behind our front lines to the enemy. No, just halt and then fix your... yeah, like, instantly overrun. Oh, that's such bullshit. Just retreat. Don't even try to engage. We got 100% research or bonus on this, and we don't have a lot of research spots, so I'm gonna go with this, just because it gives us that research bonus there, the 5% speed. Having that will offset some of the ahead-of-time stuff. We've got a bunch of more military factories, but we're not going to be able to hold them for a long time, I don't think. Because we are going to be fighting, or so we are going to be losing a lot of this territory. As you can see here, the PSA are pushing in. So we should probably go with... or we should probably start creating some stuff like fighters and stuff, honestly, because we're going to lose the factories anyways, but we may build up some production efficiency. These are all in New England, I think. We'll create, I suppose, some submarines, maybe. Yeah, we got the Shark class. Can we upgrade the design? We can. Sonar, good. Shark class will give you an actual submarine icon. There we go. Shark class, and then we'll produce as many as we can. Oh, probably not the porpoise, we don't need it yet. You might want to change some of those around so that we can make mine submarines and stuff if need be in the near future, but for now, no need. What is happening here? We're gonna lose a lot of divisions just to this, the way the federal collapse occurred. Which is, you know, annoying to say the least. Syndicalism spreads to Burma, country after country. The revolution progresses. Don't have time to read that right now. We got more important shit to manage. Don't want to lose our only motorized. Okay, with these guys, they can be reassigned somewhere. Let's put them on... let's put these guys in the blue here, state militias, and let's put the rest of them... I mean, they could also go in the blue, but... let us put them in the mobile detachment, which I'm actually going to start calling... So we've got the state militia. We're going to call this the first state militia, and we're going to call the second one the second state militias. Oops, this would be the first. There we go. And I'm actually going to change the icon to... there we go. There you go. Oh, a little bit of lag there. As, you know, Hoi4 is prone to do. Union of Burma joined the Eastern Syndicalist Union, so now we got another alliance here, an Eastern Syndicalist Alliance. With a Great Khanate getting sort of gobbled, but also gobbling. Interesting, the Reichspakt still holding on to the AOG, Allgemeine Ostasiatische Gesellschaft, and Pyropact. So the Arab stuff has not yet fired. Austrian Empire fighting some dissent from the Hungarians, it seems. Where is the Massachusetts? Oh yeah, they've actually been called up. Can we can get one in Maine. Can't get anything in Connecticut anymore. Maryland? No, but we're gonna recruit the one we can in Maine, just because I want to try to just hold on to what we can here. We gotta hold on to Boston, though. We can't lose Boston. Because that's got the port that we need to hold, and it's also a city. So honestly, we might want to do something like this. Limit ourselves to defending that. What we can do is we can ship troops up there. And I'm actually kind of tempted to do so, because we have a lot of troops here who are not doing much. So if we take half of these, create a new army, or actually we can just put them on this army, and they're actually going to try to make their way up there themselves by way of ports. Of course, they're going to go all the way to Washington before they even jump into the sea, but that's fine, I think. Those Germans are gonna get encircled if they try to push in there. Like, the reason I'm not like trying to hold this is that we will, by holding that, force ourselves into a two-front war that is even worse than the one we're already fighting, where our enemies aren't even fighting each other. I don't want that. I want the like, if we're gonna, oh my god, if we're gonna be fighting the PSA and the Syndicalists, I want them to be fighting each other as well. Yeah, this is just very, very silly. What's going on over there? We need to wait until a lot of this stuff stabilizes before we can even, like, think about making any sort of gains here. Of course, we can try still to make gains over here. And we will. He's trying to encircle us now. And I suppose he will as well. I'm gonna retreat with one division to Boston, just to hold Boston. Bunch of Canadian divisions as well. And National France. We got the industrial contacts. Now let's go for another military factory, which would be good. We don't need the American automobile industry, actually, so we're gonna go with Tank Commission. Alright, we're holding Boston still. Bangor and all this stuff, it's gonna fall. This militia division here is doomed. Yeah, and they're also bombing us. They're bombing the shit out of us. Okay, let's see here. Reassign these guys, I think, to this, which is meant to just be a garrison army, but now it's quickly become a sort of ad hoc organizational structure just for the defense of the West here. Italian Republic has joined the Donau-Adria-Bund. So the Austrians are building their alliance. Possibly we might see a United States of Greater Austria, though I'm not sure if that is if that requires the Hungarians to be peaceful, or I mean the Hungarians to be, I suppose, kept happy, or not. Don't attack. Just hold. We have a lot of divisions in here. And I only want them to hold for now. We're going to try to be offensive at some point, but not now. Actually, no, we are. Look at this. They've just left a bunch of stuff open for us. And these guys have been allowed to link up, which is kind of a disaster, honestly. We're somehow still fighting over here. Don't know how that works. These guys still can't retreat for some reason. I mean, because they're getting held up all the time. See, can we extend this line now? We're gonna delete the mobile core front line. I'm actually gonna just reassign these guys to this. I'm gonna call this the let's see. We're gonna just call this the Western Minutemen for now. And we're going to try to extend the front line like so. Try to hold that. We're not going to try to hold in here, because that seems incredibly dangerous. I'm going to wait until these guys will link up the front lines. See, now the CSA and the PSA are fighting over this river, which is good for us. I'd like to get across the river here, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a tenable... Oh no, it is actually. They're not actually holding this tile here, so we can probably move some troops into that. If we get across the river, we have the necessary foothold to actually keep pushing. Pushing across rivers is hard. This is a major river, which is going to make it even harder, I believe. Like, I believe that there is a distinction between this river and this river, because it does look bigger. Kind of like this river here as well. So the Hungarians lost. Predictably. Oh, what the fuck. Oh yeah, Delaware. I hate Delaware. With a burning passion. So how do we deal with this then? We're gonna need to call up some more militias, and we need to do it strategically. Florida would be good. Mississippi would, I mean, be equally good, I suppose. Let's call them up in Mississippi. That's ahead of time. Suppose we'll just do the radar stuff then. So yeah, what do we do here? We gotta... We can't shift troops from the west here, because that's too far. We gotta shift someone from this blue stuff here. But they're also just holding on for dear life. We probably don't need this many troops up here. So I think what was happening here was the Germans were holding the Delaware stuff, and then they left. And I probably should not have trusted the AI to handle something. Actually assign a general to this, because I forgot. This is one of the more hectic campaigns I've played. And I played a campaign as Norway against essentially the entire world, so... So that's saying something. Usually I have a clear organizational structure, clear like order of battle and everything, so you can see everything, but now everything is just in flux. Fuck it, I can't even... I don't even have time to name this, or I do have time to name it, but I shouldn't name it because it's gonna get absorbed into a different section of the military eventually anyways. Let's get a couple of these mobile divisions over as well. Creation of the International Avant-Garde. So that's the Syndicalist Art. Yeah, let's get a bunch of these divisions that might be able to actually respond to this in time over here. Let's send some units into this small opening they've created here. Okay, they actually moved units in now. We can still, and we are still taking territory up towards Concord here. Salvador cancels the Lend-Lease, that's fine. How many troops are moving? 1. Declaration of the Argentine Commune. Okay, that's a lot of, I think it's a lot of red then in the... Never mind, that's not red. It's some red. Down here. Yeah, holy shit, that capitulation really messed up the lines. Okay, we should be able to turn this to our advantage now. Should probably just hold this and not be too aggressive. We'll take Pittsburgh, but not too much more. Yeah, let's assign these to this army then. Russia announces her ambitions, so we're seeing the expansionist Russia again. A yellow there, so we can keep them separate. Sorry, I don't have too much time to look at Europe with all this stuff. I kind of want to focus on the Civil War, just as when I played the PSA and the CSA. Everything else in the world sort of took a backseat because you have a lot of stuff to think about and a lot of stuff to do in Kaiserreich when you're playing the Americans. As opposed to vanilla when you're playing the Americans, where you have literally nothing to do. Well, all you're doing is just constantly assigning factories to different work orders, which is probably the most boring thing you can do in all of Hydra 4. Nepal declared war on the Baracha Commune. Kingdom of Hawaii joined the co-prosperity sphere. Okay. Do I sense a coming war with Japan? Possibly. Why are they not taking this? Oh, they are. Oh, what? They... Wait, did he move out of the... Oh my god, he moved out of Norfolk. Fucking hell, I hate the AI sometimes. When you set up front lines. I probably should have babysat that, but... It's my bad. But also, fuck the AI. Now he is encircled instead. Which is very stupid. Okay, so... Now we stop pushing north, I think. The only reason we would is if we could actually push to the point where we could close this and then just hold on the left here, but they do have troops on the right here as well. Motorize the men or the cavalry of tomorrow. Doesn't really matter which one you choose. We just have to choose... oh, we've got to choose both. We got more men coming, though. Support from the longists, thank you. I don't even know if we've, like, made much progress in this, this episode. I think we have. I mean, we didn't hold Boston last episode, and, we've lost in the west here, but gained some in the north, and... I suppose the fact that we haven't lost this much is progress in and of itself. Let's have a look at how many divisions he's got. He's got 77 to 149, I've got 73, so like... Reed is technically in a much, much more powerful position than I am. I'm going to start churning out even more troops, and I'm also going to set the equipment priority to low just so that we can reinforce first and then equip the men. I don't know if we've actually set ourselves up to... No, we aren't quite yet at a place where I feel comfortable with regards to the gun situation. Ah. Yes. Of course. One division moves into Pittsburgh, and 20 respond. This is life fighting the CSA, I suppose. They are absurdly powerful. See, we can actually create even more. I didn't even know we had this many guns, but I guess it's because of all the extra factories now. See, when does it actually become a problem? Wait, hold on. How many guns do we have? Only 8,000 in extra in stock. This shouldn't be working, but apparently we have a lot of guns right now. Where is he moving? Why is he moving like that? Hey, first, attack, support, because then you don't get the river crossing. Just move in, take the tiles, surround, and then attack more. We then need to get more troops on this front line again, just to close some of the gaps. Can we close a gap over here? Can't fully. No, we can't. There we go. We basically need more men on every front, which is why I'm doing this. We're first going to send men off to the west now, and because the PSA seem to be picking up steam, which I did not expect. I mean, it's assumedly because they aren't fighting the CSA that heavily. Like they haven't fully, I think, positioned all the troops into like an actual battle position here, so. Alright, I think we should probably call the episode here. With gains and losses all around. At least we sorted out the stuff in the south. We've taken losses on the west, we've taken losses in the north, and we're holding Boston now, which is an actual very important, or actually a very important industrial area. So at least that's good. We own some more factories. And we have distracted a lot of the Syndicalist army because they have to hold more tiles than we do in order to actually prevent us from gaining ground. And we could potentially push these guys back out to the sea. If we just take Norfolk without taking this, we have a huge encirclement. Though I doubt it's going to happen, but we could, potentially. We just need to hold these guys up. So while it looks bleak, I do still have hope. And I do still believe that we're going to win this. The only real threat, long term, is the CSA. PSA we can deal with. The CSA are the problem. Look at those divisions. Alright, well, that is about it then for the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like, you can check me out on Patreon, where you can support me financially. You can check me out on Twitter, where you can see my shitposts. You can check out our Discord community, which you can also find in the description down below. Or you can check me out on Twitch, if you would like to see me play games like this live. Currently I'm playing as Democratic Japan on Twitch, so if that interests you, check me out on Twitch. I don't have a regular streaming schedule, but I stream every now and then. I try to give a forewarning in Discord, so join that as well if you want to stay up to date. And And also I try to post on Twitter, but I sometimes forget. But either way, if you hit follow on Twitch, you get notified whenever I go live. It's a lot of fun, because you can talk to people, like, live. So whenever I do something stupid, you guys in the comments, or sorry, in the chat, in this case, can just immediately say, Fredda, you're doing something very stupid. And that is cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.